Hi friends, it's Jennifer from Live, Laugh, Love to Read. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Garden of Lies by Eileen Goudge. So I've read her before and I really enjoy her books. I wish she'd write some new books because this is an older book. But I'm giving this book 4 stars. And I got this from Amazon Prime for free. Yay! So, this was really good. So I'm going to read you the synopsis off Goodreads, and then I'll tell you what I thought about it. So, it says, Rachel and Rose grew up worlds apart. Rachel, in the lap of Manhattan luxury, an ice princess determined to be a great doctor. Rose in the New York slums, yielding to passion too young and fleeing heartbreak to become a star lawyer. When they both fall in love with the same fascinating man, they are brought face to face with the truth about each other and themselves. So, the very first chapter has Sylvie, who is their mother. I say there because what has happened in the very first chapter. Sylvie is pregnant. Now, she's married to a very rich banker who is quite a bit older than her. And she has an affair with their landscaper named, I want to say his name is Nikos. And she gets pregnant. Well, she's not sure who the father is all the way through the pregnancy. And then when she goes into labor, she decides not to chance it, and she goes to a neighboring town at like a less influential hospital to have the baby. And when she has the baby, and of course she's by herself, she hasn't told anybody that she's there. She realizes right away that it is Nico's baby, not her husband's, because the baby is dark like Nico, and I want to say Nico is like, he's foreign, so he's dark, got dark curly hair, and anyway, she can tell right away the baby is his. Well, what happens is there's a fire, and the hospital catches on fire. And in the chaos that ensues, there's a lady in her room named Angie, and she tries to wake up the lady. Hey, there's a fire, and she can't wake her up. So she goes to the nursery, and there's a nurse in there, and the only baby left is Angie's baby. So they wrap the baby in a wet sheet, and Sylvie gets out, but Angie does not. Angie dies in the fire, and so does the nurse. Now, she ends up taking Angie's baby instead of her own. Well, you would think that maybe her baby died, but no, it didn't. So what ensues is Sylvie goes home with this baby that's not really hers, and she names her Rose. Or Rachel. She names her Rachel. Now, her real daughter, who is Rose, goes home to Angie's family, who is devout Catholic, and of course the mom has died. Well, then when this baby shows up who looks like none of them, they assume that Angie had an affair and that this baby is a result of this affair. Yeah. Well, so Rose's dad ends up dying too, and so their Nani raises her and her 2 sisters who look nothing like her, of course. And Nani is very cruel to Rose because she thinks that her mother had an affair and she's the product of it, and so she's just very cruel to her. So anyway, so the whole story after that is Rose's story and Rachel's story. Pretty much apart, but then they start like interweaving through the story. And now Rose is they're pretty poor, and then Rachel grows up in the lap of luxury. Yeah. So what happens is they both meet this man who they both fall in love with, and they don't know each other. But there's some part in there where they go to Vietnam. The man goes to Vietnam. He's in the service. And then Rachel, who is a doctor, she becomes a doctor, goes over to Vietnam, and that's how she meets him. And then the backstory with Rose is that she grew up with this man and always loved him and all that. Now Rose has became a lawyer. So that's the end that I'm going to tell you about it. This was very intricate, very what do you call it? It was good. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. But the reason I didn't give it 5 is I kind of feel like it was too much of a coincidence of how they are in each other's lives. The 2 girls, you know, as adults. That's my thought on it. I know it's a story. It was a good story. But that's why I didn't give it 5 stars. I only gave it 4. But I would highly recommend, if you have not read anything by Eileen Goudge, that you pick her up. Because she is one of my favorite authors. And I read all her books years ago. And I don't know how this one slipped by me, but it did. And I seen it on Amazon Prime for free, and I thought I'd try it. Now, normally I read my books on my Kindle when I'm at the gym on the treadmill. And usually I'm not reading one that's that great, you know. I might just be reading it as I'm there. And then at home I'm reading a different one. But not this one. This one, I actually read this one at home too and finished it. So it was really good. 4 stars. So that's all I have for today. If you like this video, give me a like and a subscribe. And don't forget to check back for more videos coming up soon. Thanks, friends. I'll see you next time.